All right, guys, welcome back to the ALG podcast. If you're listening to this on the day of drop, it is Friday. So happy Friday. David, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, even though it's Saturday and I'm in Florida and I am sacrificing my last beach day for you jabronis. Just know this.
Wow,
Just know this.
way to kill the business and kill kayfabe. Anyway,
I mean, I could feel that, but I won't.
Whoa, hold on. Magical voice in the sky. You can't talk yet. I didn't introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today is the magnificent Jayson Reed, otherwise known on Instagram as Refactoring Jayson. Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Oh, hello.
How you guys doing?
Hey, how's everything? Coming live from the Twin Cities.
From
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Minnesota, Fargo ruined it.
Oh, literally. Actually, I watched Fargo for the first time this last week. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you know? You betcha.
You betcha.
Oh my God.
So Jay, I want to thank you for joining us, taking time out of your Saturday, which is really Friday. How you doing today? How's everything?
Good. I was telling David I nommed on some nice eggs before here, so I'm all set. I'm ready to freaking rock.
Oh,
roll.
and then your boy out here had my celebration meal.
Oh my
I had
God.
a triple stack of pancakes.
I just had some eggs and cried during the end of Mandalorian.
Real
tears.
It's
Look at you guys with the clean eggs, and then I'm like pancakes.
Yeah. My eggs had a shit ton of cheese in it, but if you're watching this video, I just want you really to pay attention to my eyes right now because this is just post-crying, real emotion. I'm a shell of myself. I don't even know if I could do this podcast right now, but you know what?
He
For the
says
people,
he says it's because of
power
Mandalorian, but honestly, it's because he had an opportunity to talk to me.
Yeah,
for like an hour straight. So
yeah,
that's why.
That's a big reason why I cried. So Jay, for those at home that don't know enough about your story, why don't you give us just a brief rundown, who you are, what you're about, what you've done, and hey, wait, before we do that, where's the kids? Did you lock them away?
You'll hear them.
Call CPS? Oh, okay.
You'll hear them. Trust me.
They're locked in the closet. They're let us out, Dad. I can't do it.
Please.
Yes.
It's stuck.
Billy farted. I can't do it.
I can't breathe. Yeah. So yeah, I am. I live in Minnesota. I'm 43.
Wow, you're too old to be on this podcast. I'm sorry.
I know, right? I am
do
super.
You know
old.
how to use the computer?
I think so. Like I keep looking for the any key. I can't find it yet. Eventually, it'll be there. But yeah, I'm 43, Minnesota. Lived here all my life. I was born in Iowa. I had lived there for 2 weeks before I'd done everything there was to do in Iowa. But yeah, grew up in what we call outstate Minnesota or greater Minnesota. And I live just outside of the cities. I got 4 kids, girls, all girls. As a friend of mine once said, you are riding on a sea of estrogen. So, and yeah, I've been heavy.
I respect the softness. I respect it.
Very diplomatic.
That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a fat ass for the better part of my life.
There we go.
So and not really through school. I had 4th or 5th grade. I had my pudgy years, where walking around the swimming pool with my arms crossed over.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So, but it really wasn't until in my 20s, early 20s, like getting out of high school and before college, that I really started packing it on. And it was 2005 when I saw a 4 on the scale, and it pretty much just kept going from there. I had a couple rounds where I lost some weight. The furthest I got to was 349, and I was like,
that was it.
That was it. And then I went back. But
what
then
was
this
the
year
programs of choice? Like when you kind of made that shit, like when you were like, well, I should probably do some of that. What would you do?
I got on my Fitness Pal.
Oh, wow.
And I tracked my food. I worked out. I had an old clunky elliptical that I would work through. Did a little bit of lifting here or there. But eventually I would plateau and got into my head of like, well, maybe I'm just not supposed to be that. Maybe I'm not supposed to be small, right? Maybe this is just kind of where I'm at. And it eventually would be like, I'm done, and slip back.
I think that's a big proponent as to why a lot of people don't follow through on their journey. I think that naturally a lot of people just feel like, oh, this is the cards that I was dealt. I'm supposed to be fat forever. I don't know anything other than being fat. So, what's on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Just like, all right, this is, like you said, these are the cards. I'm just going to deal with it. I will manage it as best I can and go from there.
100%. Especially where it's like too, where I even acknowledge the fact that they're like, yeah, some people have it harder than others. Like I love this idea that the people are just, it's just calories and that's the only variable. And it's like, no, some people are genetically, they just naturally hold on the weight more. Obviously they're not eating to benefit them at all, but it's like, we all have those friends who can literally eat whatever they want and they're not 20 pounds overweight. And then you have us that if you just eat semi off, you're gaining weight.
Right. Or if you see a picture of a cheeseburger, you gain 7 pounds,
Yeah.
No
And
kidding.
so we're going to acknowledge the fact that there are differences, but responsibility plays that next level in it all.
Totally.
So before we get into kind of the programs that you hit during, trying to lose weight, I'm fascinated to know what were the go-tos for you, in your heaviest stage. I love talking to people about that. I don't think that'll ever change.
Tell me about the fat life.
All right, you ready? Like chips were my jam.
Ooh, you're a salty kind of guy.
There was not a bag of chips that I did not like. Even, and I know I'm going to piss some people off, like the salt and vinegar or the dill pickle.
Those are
Oh, see, I knew it. I would tolerate it.
Sickos.
I would tolerate it. Like I said, I will.
Salt and vinegar is so good. I don't care what anyone says.
No.
My
Really?
thing, it was they don't have them up here. Zaps. You ever heard of those?
Yeah, I've heard of Zaps.
Oh, the Cajun. Yeah, those. If I could get some of those, that was the thing. But I would do. I'm gonna let out my inner chef here. It was tortilla chips with salsa and sour cream mixed together.
Okay.
That's like the Mexican mac sauce,
It's the Minnesota version of.
Well, that was another thing I was going to say. Like, I mean, for being in New York, I mean, I have access to every type of food known to God. Like, I can walk outside my house. Well, when the world's not ending, I can walk outside my house at 2:00 in the morning, and I can tell you 5 slamming Chinese places, 7 pizzerias, and a Mexican spot to get tacos within like
all open at
minutes.
2 in the morning.
Yeah, all open at 2:00 in the morning. So it's always fascinating to me, and I might sound snobbish when I say this, but it's always fascinating to me when I talk to people outside of New York who are just like, yeah, I love food. I was eating all this. Well, what was your go-to? Like, you were just living at McDonald's? Like, you don't have these slamming restaurants that you could go to at 3:00 in the morning when you're hankering for an enchilada.
No, because the places that are open, and here's the other part of the jam, it was Taco Bell.
Right.
Ooh,
okay. I love Taco Bell.
So let me frame up a typical like Friday or Saturday night. Because my wife works part-time at a Target and she usually closes. So the kids would go to bed. I get myself a bag of chips and I would plow through it. I mean, until I saw the bottom of the bag. It was gone.
Right.
It's
that's a serving size.
As soon as you open the bag, it's competition. That's what it is.
Right. I mean, I'm all about like accomplishing goals.
Yeah. I never met a bag of chips I didn't finish.
Exactly. So that would happen. Well, then a couple hours would pass, and I'd text my wife. I'm like, maybe pick up some Taco Bell on the way home.
Maybe ?
Yeah.
Taco emoji.
If you want to, it's okay. So yeah, it was the chicken chalupas.
There we go. Solid choice. Solid.
Yep. With the Baja Blast.
Have to.
And then the Cinnabon, the Cinna Delights.
The
Oh,
Cinna
yep,
Twists?
yep, yep, yep.
Oh no no
No,
no.
the Cinedelight, Cinnabon, like mini.
Oh, the little munchkins filled with
Yeah,
frosting. Those came out
Yeah.
later on.
yeah.
Those came out way later on. See, I was just starting to change my life when those came out, so
Oh,
I had them
so
once,
yeah.
and I
I
was
mean,
like, "Wow,
it's
this is
like
diabetes in a bag, and it's delicious."
pretty. Yeah, yeah, and we'll get to that.
We'll get to that
Um,
portion.
but yeah, I mean, they're awesome. It was like heroin encased in deep fried gold powdered with cocaine.
Yeah,
Hundred
Like
percent.
because
without a doubt.
heroin and cocaine it evened you out.
Yeah,
But like 12 of those,
it's the upper and the downer.
You get
right?
12 you get 12 of
Oh,
them.
so
That's light
there's
work.
12 of those. After the two chalupas, the taco that comes with it. Usually my wife's other taco that she's like, nah, I don't want that one. And this is all like a couple hours after finishing a bag of chips.
Like a family
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm not joking.
Dude, Taco Bell was just so convenient, and
Oh,
you could
yeah.
get so much for so little. Like I've said it numerous times, my Taco Bell order for myself was about $34 just for
That's like the
myself.
menu.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but that literally, but you're walking out of there with like at least one of everything.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I was a cheesy gordita guy. I had to have a cheesy gordita crunch, at least two. I had to have at least three chalupas, a chicken quesadilla, Doritos Locos Tacos. Because when those came out,
Mm,
I wasn't even Dorito guy. I'm gonna be honest. I was a kid who was not a big Dorito fan.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
you communist?
I
Yeah,
just
I
hated
might
the
be.
fingers. I hated the fingers afterwards. It annoyed me.
No, I don't know what it was. I feel like they definitely changed the recipe as we got older because as a kid, I remember eating the nacho one and being like, this is fucking disgusting. Like, I don't, my friends were all big Doritos heads, and I was just like,
Yeah.
guys, Funyuns. Funyuns is where it's at. I'm a
Oh,
big Funyun guy.
no, I'm not a Funyun guy.
You're just a weird fat guy. Weird fat guy. Anyway, so
Oh.
Taco Bell was the jam for you.
Yeah.
What was there anything else? Were you like a big Wendy's guy?
When I
Oh,
was
sweets. I'm intrigued on sweets too.
sweets, yeah. So when I was working at the same company that John, you were.
Oh
thoroughly
yeah, that's
familiar with.
crazy. We found out that we small world. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
If you want to explain, go ahead. But
No, that's fine. So when I was working like in an office, like lunch, Wendy's, the Baconator.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
And they're so damn quick. So I could like go get it, and then honestly, I would sit in a parking lot by a small airfield,
Mhm.
nobody around,
Right.
and just take that thing to town. So Wendy's I was a big Wendy's guy. Sweets, cake,
Cake.
pie.
Okay.
Cake.
Again, cake. It doesn't matter. I'm not a picky guy.
See, there are some picky fat people out there, and it's
I
impressive.
know.
See, I was
that
picky,
thing
but I was
got
picky
worse.
because I was just allergic to everything known to man, so I had to be picky. You know?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Not me. I mean, it was. But if I had my choice, it was like the chocolate German cake.
Oh, like
Yeah.
death by chocolate kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it was the
Yep.
chocolate cake with like the caramel nutty sauce on top.
Okay. So before we pivot away from food, really quick, I just want to know what is Minnesota known for as far as food goes?
Hot
They
dish.
have hot dishes.
Hot dish.
What's that?
The rest of the world knows it as a casserole.
Oh, this is some mega white people shit, ladies and gentlemen. Strap in, get ready to go.
Really?
What the fuck is in this
Oh
casserole?
my God.
Yeah, I don't do casseroles.
Let me educate you guys. So a hot dish, a true Minnesota hot dish, is the staple is tater tot hot dish. So all right, you got a couple cans of cream of something. It's
Okay.
usually cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, and then you got to be healthy. So you throw a bunch of vegetables, frozen vegetables in,
Okay.
like peas, corn, beans,
Mhm.
and a pound of ground beef with a shit ton of like Worcestershire sauce,
Ooh,
salt, pepper. You mix all that up, right?
okay.
And then you put a layer of frozen tater tots on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
You throw that in the oven until the tater tots are nice and crispy. And then you put some cheese. And if you're a true Minnesotan, it's not like shredded cheese. It's the slices. Like
Oh.
the plastic, nearly plastic slices of cheese.
Oh, like Kraft singles that don't even deserve the right to be called cheese.
Right. That you layer it on, and if you fancy, you put it under the broiler for a little bit. Otherwise, you just throw it back in the oven until it's like melty-ish. And that's tater tot hot dish.
So you could walk into any mom and pop restaurant and this is probably on a menu,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
That
The
is
other thing
so-
is like a turkey commercial.
The fuck? What?
a turkey
Like
commercial.
a commercial
Yeah.
about turkey?
No, so I don't know why the hell it's called a commercial, but it's an open-faced turkey sandwich with
Uh-huh.
mashed potatoes and gravy on
Oh,
top.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah,
that. Yeah. We just call
Okay.
that an open faced turkey sandwich.
That's too much. Commercial.
Commercial turkey.
Commercial turkey.
You know. All right. So now that we know what you were taking cracks at, any fad diets? Another big pivot I like to go to is I want to know the fancy fad diets that definitely worked in your life.
I never tried it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what
yeah,
I respect the fact that you went your first quote unquote try. You were calorie counting quote unquote through MyFitnessPal and doing that approach, which is a good approach.
yeah. No,
Never in Atkins, never South Beach, no Weight Watchers, nothing.
No. I think
Wow.
Boring.
I know, right?
Jesus.
I know.
All right,
I'm-
guys, this podcast is gonna suck from here on out. He just knew everything. He started counting macros, and here we go.
50 minutes into it, no drama. No, they bounced around in my head a little bit, like the what was it?
Like sugar plums.
Well, I'm just about to say, like, Minnesota probably didn't get internet until about 3 years ago, so there was no
Yeah.
Google to be able to.
No, they only got the
get
light bulb
diet.
like 10. So
What do you think we stay warm? No,
you guys fight bears and use their fat on fire. What are you talking about?
it's coyotes.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
coyote. Yeah,
Mm.
there's a lot of coyote.
That's good eats. No, I'm kidding.
No, no. I guess I didn't because I've always, and even this time around a little bit more so anyway. I've always come at it with like, if I'm gonna do something, it's for the long term. I don't want to. I want it to something be that's sustainable,
Right.
right?
Okay.
And plus all the other things they just cost a little bit more money. It's easier just like eat less.
Truth.
So yeah, I guess I've seen a couple of them, but I never really kind of latched onto any of them, honestly. Sorry.
No, hey man, to each your own. I mean, I'm glad that you were able to take the, I guess, not scientific approach, but like,
I love science.
I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you could call it that. I'm just really mad that you weren't influenced by the commercial diet market into buying pills and joining programs and loving your fat self.
I won't say that I wasn't influenced. They did intrigue me. So hydroxycut, like
Oh, yeah.
I was like maybe I should do that.
Right, Stacker
Um,
2, they had really good commercials.
Metafast is like, I think they just make your own meals. Seattle Suttons.
Ugh.
Those are some of the things where it's like,
You-
it'd be easier if somebody just gave me food to eat and say, eat this. And then
What was
I
the
do
one that Dan Marino used to be the spokesperson for? Nutrisystem.
Nutrisystem. Yeah.
I always wanted to try it, and then I finally met someone in real life who was on it when I was like trying to do fad diets, and I was like, wow, these meals look like shit.
Bro, like the reason why you lose weight is because you're so disgusted by the
starving
food,
yourself
you
and
just
you
don't want to
hate
eat it.
yourself.
Yeah, but he got some pretty neat isotoner gloves out of the deal, so he's got
Yeah.
that going for him.
He does,
All
So,
right.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, kind of
So
boring.
no, not at all. So when would you say you personally started to realize, hey, I'm packing on some weight? I'm a little bit bigger than everyone else. When did you start to notice it? Because I feel like we all have that acceptance at some point. Like, okay, I'm the fat guy. Like in my group, I am the fat person. Here I am. Hear me roar. But there's definitely that gray area before that where you're just like, no, I'm just a little husky. Like
Husky.
I'm just a little big boned.
It was right before college. I took a few years off after high school. Before
Big town, small town. Where are you from?
small town.
Okay. So everyone knows their name. It's like norm. You walk into a place, everyone's like, Jayson.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wow.
It was like 2,500 people in my town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So tiny town. But it was in that gap. I was dealing blackjack at a casino,
Huh. Nice.
and that's why I was taking time off, because I was making the serious money.
Yeah, you make some good money.
You
doing
had to be.
Oh.
You were knocking them down, right? You had to be.
Absolutely. At that
Yeah.
time, it was a lot of money. right now it's like, ugh. But so I wasn't doing anything, but like I would sweat a lot more out on the
Right.
table. Like standing and you're standing for an hour, which like is nothing. I stand for like 8 hours now when I'm working, but like it's getting kind of hot.
Right.
My pits are starting to sweat. So I could notice that I was putting on the weight. And then in college, uh there were only like the one or two chairs, the desks
Yeah.
where I knew where I could sit
Yep.
in each of the classrooms.
Mhm.
So I'd get there early. I'd have to get there early because then I get my seat, because
Right.
otherwise I'm just
You have
like,
to go. I need you to move because I can't fit in any other seat.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
I
Oh no, it would
you
just get to the
have
point
to
where
there.
I would, if someone was sitting in my seat in high school where I knew I was safe, I'd be like, all right, you have to move. Like this is just not going to end well for both of us. You know you have to move.
Bro,
Yeah,
those
but
I fought those chairs. I would always try to sit in them.
I broke a few desks in high school. I went right through. I have no
I
shame.
never-
No shame
Yeah.
now.
No, we talked about this before. I've never broken a chair.
Yeah, I just sometimes I don't even believe that you were fat. I think that you just killed old David. Like you just came down.
No,
from
I just
somewhere,
I just
killed
wouldn't
old
sit in a
David.
chair that I didn't think would fit would hold me. Like
Oh,
when
so
you I just yeah, like for example, when
Sometimes
when
you don't have a choice.
you stand.
No, I'm aware. I
Or
was a
you do the
stander.
half sit, which is like
Yes,
the you
yes.
do
You
the
Oh,
shimmy
yeah,
forward
over.
lean.
You put all
You
the
just,
weight
like,
on the
More
side. That,
yeah, the
Mhm.
half sit. And then but like yeah, for example, the easiest ones always people always understand when you like rent chairs and you get those like chair rental companies and those folders, those
Oh,
things are made out of fucking paper mache.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And literally, and so like anytime you had an event and they had those chairs, I'd be like, I'm sitting on the front tip with like most of my weight on my legs. I can't sit for more than 20 minutes because it hurts. Then I'll walk.
Right.
I just wouldn't do it.
yeah,
All right. So you were fighting coyotes and people for your chair in college.
pretty much. Yeah, and in college, my freshman year, I went into the clinic. I can't remember why, and they weighed me, and I was 285 my freshman year in college.
No, that's not too
So
That's
a
not
little
bad.
on the husky side, right?
Yeah, big boned. Mhm.
Yeah, big bone. But then it like you've heard of the freshman 15, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I was an overachiever. Anything worth doing is worth doing well.
yeah. Exactly.
So it just piled on, and that was 99. So in 6 years, went from like
So I was
270.
8 years old.
Son of a bitch.
I was
dude.
6. Right, I'm 2 years younger than you. I was
Yeah,
6.
you're
I don't know. I don't do
what?
common math. It's-
Okay. I'm gonna say this. Allie hit me up last night, and she said something. She's like, "I love your post. You're so funny. You're like a father figure." I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" Or no. She was trying to give me a break, because she's like, "I want you to be my father too." I'm like, am I seriously that freaking old? I know I'm 43.
Yeah, you're like 20 years older than a lot of people in that group.
Our
You're
whole
like-
ALG community is every between 20 and 30.
yeah. So there's a few of them he really could have fathered if.
Oh, anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah. So it was like 5 or 6 years that it went from like 275, 285 to just over 400.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then
Quick.
fast forward to that point. So now we're kind of in this. I mean, it's so your transformation has been over the last quote unquote like 11 months, correct?
Yeah. I started on January 1st of this year, which
Okay.
you would think, resolutioner. I honestly don't remember like saying I'm gonna be better this year.
See, that's where it's different. You didn't tell yourself before January 1st came along that it was like, oh, January 1st, that's it. I'm doing it then.
Right.
No, it was just something in your cognitive brain was it just happened that way.
Well, it was. I can tell you what happened.
Fire away. I want to
So
know.
tell me what
Give
happened.
me the nitty gritty.
Don't tease me and then take it away.
You were taking a bath and you couldn't get out of the tub.
Oh, didn't it?
No, I knew better than to even try to get into a tub, because it'd be like just one cup of water. Yeah, it's full. No, so all through December, like that of last year, so 12 months ago, like I was having the telltale signs of like the big D, right? The diabetes. It was taking a leak all the time. Always thirsty, always thirsty. Like, I don't know, I can't remember how much that I would drink, but I couldn't make it an hour without going to the bathroom. To the point where when the last Star Wars movie came out, I strategically figured, all right, how far in advance of the start of the movie do I have to stop drinking water so that I can actually make it through the entire movie without leaving?
Wow.
Like, it was that bad. And
But
then,
you didn't at this point go get medical help.
right, because
Oh yeah, why would you do that?
Why would
I've
you
done
do that?
that. Yeah. But it was
And
like,
being 400 pounds is healthy. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
he was just hydrating, you know.
eating a lot. Yeah, because I'm really thirsty. I'm drinking a lot.
I'm drinking. I'm doing really well. I'm drinking my gallon a day. Obviously, it's
Hydrate.
gonna come out
Hydrate.
sometime.
Yeah, hydrate. So, and then like the really bad constipation, like I remember, and Kayla would be very
Yeah, I was literally just gonna say.
yeah. But like at Christmas, at the in-laws, like I thought I was birthing a baby. It was seriously. I don't mean to get really crude or anything,
No,
but
you're fine.
Oh, 100%. I've been
You're,
there.
you're talking to a guy who hardly goes once a week. It's just weird. I used to go 11 times a day. Now I don't.
it was so bad, and then it's like, all right, well, yeah, it's not just really thirsty. There's a lot of stuff going on, and then the vision was
You
the
start getting blurry vision and everything too.
oh, it was so bad.
Oh, so
Like,
you were really in it. You were
I was
really in it.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you had an A1C of 15.5.
yeah, which off the charts.
You are an overachiever.
I
You
just
really
gotta
are.
find this. I gotta look this up real quick. You keep talking, but I want to know
Yeah.
what the average sugar level is for that.
Oh, it was gravy. Like seriously, and it was like,
So yeah, your blood type was donut. Like you were.
yeah,
Your blood type was frosted
yeah,
donut.
it was just pure sugar.
Yeah.
And so my eyesight started going, and to the point where I couldn't work. Like, I had everything zoomed as far as I could go. I couldn't.
Did you
see
start
my,
getting the shots in the eyes or no?
Oh my god.
all right,
Your
hit me.
your
It was
your
like
blood
5.
sugar was 380 to 400.
And what's normal?
Normal is under 120. Well,
Oh my God.
like one, yeah, like my fasted blood sugar last time was 88.
Yeah.
Mine's
Well, that's
usually in
crazy.
the mid right now anyway. Mid 70s to low 80s.
Yeah, you want diabetes starts at 140.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what mine
Thick
is.
of it, literally.
You're at 400.
Now, does diabetes does it run in your family? No. Okay, so
Nope.
it was just because overweight.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And yeah, the vision started going. Like, there are times like just trying to make a meal for my kids, and I can't read the instructions.
Wow.
I couldn't read the recipe. I'd have one of my daughters come over and like, what does this say? I need you to read this for me. That was like the first few weeks of January.
Now, were you doing IT work then?
Yeah, I'm a project manager, so my world is in front of a computer. My world is in Outlook. That's where I live.
Right.
You know, so that was starting to hit me. Well, my eyesight really started going after I started just changing things. So on January 1st, I stopped. I stopped all like the sodas, the milk. Stopped eating. It was like cold turkey. Like this shit's got to change. And then a nice kicker. Hey, now your sight's starting to go. So that was like the first few weeks of January, and I still remember like I didn't know what the hell to do.
Right.
I even sent a message to my boss. I'm like, I can't see. Like, this is really hard for me to do anything. And I didn't tell him what was going on. And in typical Minnesota fashion, you know, the passive aggressive, like, okay, well, if you're not going to tell me, that's fine. I wish you the best of luck. Just let me know if there's anything we can do. Until I went to Target, and I was like, maybe I'll just get some cheaters. Maybe that'll work.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God. I have never been so absolutely elated that I could see.
Right.
Seriously, in the middle of Target, I put these things on, and I'm like ear to ear smiling, like I can see. Oh my God, I can see. I can fucking see.
Yeah.
So that was like that was the thing, and that was the thing that really stuck with me is, knowing that, yeah, I'm overweight, I'm really fat. I've been like this for 20 years. I've managed to like get through it.
Right.
But this is different.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it's
Yeah, your body's falling apart at this point.
Right.
yeah.
Right. This is not just walking up the hill and being out of breath because you're heavy. This is okay. I can't see now.
I can't see, the everything that goes along with type 2 diabetes, like raging type 2, the stroke, the heart attacks,
Right.
losing limbs.
Right.
And I got 4 kids. I got 4 daughters. So it was who the fuck is going to walk them down the aisle?
Right.
So that's what hit me. And going into it, like I said before, I never really did any fad diets. So it was something that I knew that I had to do, that I got to stick with.
Right.
And it's something that what I'm going to do now is the same thing that I'm going to be able to do 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 40 years from now. It's got to be sustainable. So that's where I just started digging in. I started reading because I had cheaters and I could start
Because I could read. Because I could.
So
Yeah.
I could read now. Like, what the hell am I doing? So I started reading. I went in and saw a doctor. I think it's the 12th or 13th of January. And I told him, he's like, yeah, you got type 2 diabetes. We'll run an A1C on you. But everything you're telling me, like, yeah.
You're clear cut.
Yeah. And then when the results came back,
I couldn't even imagine seeing his face.
Oh my God.
Your doctor seeing a 15 on an A1C.
So you went to your PCP, or you went to an endo?
What?
You went to an endocrinologist, or you went to your primary care physician?
Just the general doctor.
Okay, yeah, PCP. Sorry, I didn't ask if you were doing PCP. I actually went to a PCP.
Is that another fad diet?
Is that another fad? PCP,
well, it depends on what
endo.
community you live in.
See, John and I lived within the healthcare side of things long enough. We're like, oh, endocrinologist.
Yeah.
Oh, so you never got to experience the diabetes because you fought and you beat it so quick.
When I used to go to the hospital, I used to take my own vitals. Like the nurses would go do whatever they had to do. And I would do that's the God's honest truth. I could not make that up. But yeah,
no, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I test my blood pressure every day. No,
Yeah,
I
just it is what it is. I knew hospital equipment. Like it was just really sad because I lived there. I lived in the hospital forever. So
holy crap. Yeah. No, I avoided it like the plague. So yeah. I mean, it was he I think on the report, the comment he put in there was just like, I think all in caps. Wow, get this man on meds.
I love that.
So
wow.
he's a really awesome, he's a cool doctor. I really dig him. I couldn't have gotten luckier. So they got me on metformin, like the base level.
Good old metformin.
Yeah. Eyesight started to come back. I ditched the cheaters. I was good. The weight just kept coming off because I stopped eating shit. But
It's crazy how that works.
it was, yeah, right. Towards the end of January, I started just getting on the elliptical. And it's this old dog that I've had since, oh my God, 2013.
Wow.
14. Like, it was old, it was clunky, it was super freaking loud. Boy,
Some people that's really young, but when you're born before before Christ.
I see shots fired. I love it. Hey, there could be children on this
I've
show.
literally never made an old joke about you once, so if I could get them in, if I could get them in right now, this is where they're gonna be.
I will take it gladly.
Yeah. Never once have I ever been like, Jay, you're old. You know that, right?
And it'll never stop either, I'm sure.
No. As soon as it started, it's not stopping now.
Yeah. No. You open Pandora's box here.
I kept going with it, and that's that's really what I've been rolling with since. It's been that and mainly cardio.
And so
Yeah.
elliptical machine, and you say stopped eating shit. So like just walk, like, and you say you've been very lifestyle driven, which is fantastic.
Mhm.
What is a day-to-day nutrition during this
Yeah.
transformation? What does it look like?
So I try to eat breakfast like a king,
Okay.
lunch like a prince,
Right.
and dinner like a pauper.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's
So
a really cool way to look at it. Yeah.
I try to eat more in the morning and taper it off. But my morning is usually 2 eggs, some like turkey breakfast sausage. I've just been like,
So good. I don't care what
yeah,
anyone says. Turkey sauce is just slamming.
I usually I've been making my own now. Just get the ground turkey and throw everything.
Oh, I
in
thought
it.
you were going outside killing the turkey, and never mind. Never mind.
Oh, that was
Wait,
yeah.
wait.
Well, it's
Do
cold.
you guys have grocery stores, or is it just all farms? Like, is
I
there a
have to get on my
Meyer?
snowmobile.
Wait,
and-
hold
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to, right? And you have to put on those tennis racket looking snowshoes.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Even
getting
in
eggs,
June.
honey.
I'll be back before sundown.
You've seen the opening. You've seen the opening sequence to Empire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what we do.
That's
We
what I'm
start on
envisioning.
time.
That's literally what using blubber for work. I don't know why this is so funny. Anyway.
All right, we're
It's the
back.
truth.
Whew.
I mean, most people call that a huge snowstorm in Minnesota. We just call it
We call that Wednesday.
We call it-
So yeah, it's 2 eggs, a sausage. I usually throw some sriracha and avocado
Nice.
because
It's healthy now because you put avocado and it's automatically healthy.
Well, so here, no. Here's the thing. I only rock the avocado because of the fiber, because
Really?
that's another big thing. Again, I can see, so I can read. The more fiber you have, the better controlled your blood sugar is.
Yep.
So
Okay.
that was and I didn't want to like pound Caleb's strengths or
Yeah.
but there's a ton of fiber in avocados.
I legitimately didn't know that. You knew that?
Yeah.
Probably, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know.
So I would rock that, and it's healthy fat.
Healthy fat.
So
It's good fat. It's good
that
fat.
and all of that on 2 slices of toast, but it was the Ezekiel toast. The
Yeah, I was
sprouted-
gonna say. I was gonna assume either did like an English muffin kind of toast or something like that.
yeah.
Ezekiel bread's pretty good. I've had it.
Yeah,
maybe twice. It's pretty
and
good.
it doesn't. So all along, so that's my breakfast. For lunch, it's usually some kind of salad or
Mhm.
we have leftovers from the dinner the day before, but it's all pretty much low carb.
I was about to say. I would assume that would be like your first get the diabetes under control, which is go low
Mhm.
carb.
That's really what it was. It was. I paid attention to the calories, right? But the biggest macro that I was looking at was carbs.
Get that sugar down.
Yeah.
Yep, trying to get that knocked down, get it under control, all the while testing. Like my fingers were sore because everybody deals with like their food differently. Like
Yeah.
they react differently to it. And I didn't know, I wasn't knowing like when I was peaking, when I was starting to go down, and how far I was going down.
Now,
So-
because of the metformin, you weren't giving yourself insulin, right?
Yeah, I was
'Cause
gonna
that
ask.
no,
No
no,
insulin.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was testing a lot, and those strips they're not cheap. Like
No.
I think
Mm-mm.
first couple of weeks I spent easily $200
Mhm.
in strips, because I was checking religiously before, an hour after, 2 hours after, maybe an hour and a half, just to see like what am I eating,
Mhm.
how is it reacting, is it going up, and then is it starting to go down, or is it starting to staying up there? So I did a lot of testing, a lot of recording, but yeah, then dinner, it's just all low carb, and it's water and it's coffee. That's it. I
Yep.
don't rock any of the diet drinks.
No.
No juice, no milk, because again, it's carbs, and that I can stick with. I can handle drinking a gallon of water a day. I have 4 of these things every day, and it's a gallon at least.
Mhm.
Sometimes 5 or 6. And I have my coffee. That's just kind of how I roll.
How do you take your coffee?
Americano.
Okay.
Yep.
It's so funny because like, again, the one of the things going off like the sugary stuff. I don't, obviously if you're within a healthy body and you don't have any issues, it's not a big deal. But
Right.
it is so funny to me. Like, for example, I love my dad to death. He doesn't know anything about nutrition, like nothing. It's just not what they're taught. Like,
No.
and I always laughed at my dad because what he would do, his breakfast was a little shot of orange juice. And I'm like, you're just going to spike your insulin levels and then just go on with your day? I don't understand. Like, no protein, no healthy fat. You're just going to spike
that was it?
That was it. Now, again, it's low calorie, so you got away with it. But I'm like, Dad, why would you just spike your insulin with some juicy orange juice with sugar and then just go? I don't understand. And he goes, that's just what I've always done. I'm like, what? This
is what we do.
Oh,
no, again, he was always healthy, so like it didn't really matter. But it's just kind of funny to me.
Have you ever heard of dawn phenomenon?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so when I was testing my blood sugar in the morning, which you would think it's fasting, it should be the lowest point. It was always the highest.
Really?
Because like, your body's coming out of that like sleep phase. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's your body waking up. So your body's like, all right, well, you got to get going. So your liver starts pumping in glucose into your bloodstream when it recognizes that you are starting to wake up. So
it's like the circadian rhythms of thing. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So biologically, I'm a morning person.
That's how I am. My blood pressure. I have an issue where it's like my blood pressure is really high in the morning and then it tapers off the rest of the day. I literally had that conversation with my dad yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's not high, but it's higher. And you're like, well, why is this? And so no, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. So I usually try to eat right away in the morning because then it starts dropping down. But yeah, that's what I've been rocking. We've been. My wife is a fucking saint because if it was up to me, it'd be like chicken breasts and vegetables because I'm not very creative. I will cook. Like she finds some of the most phenomenal recipes.
That's always nice.
Yeah, because she'll find them. She's like, well, we'll try this.
Right.
Cook it up. And the thing is, like with the whole sustainability thing, I got 4 kids. I got twins who are 4. They're not gonna, although one of them, Happy, she really digs broccoli. But I mean, the things that like when you traditionally think of a nutrition plan as somebody who's losing weight, it does not include the appetite or the palate of a 4-year-old.
Right.
You know, and my other 2 girls, they're 15 and 11. So it's, what can we do? What can I eat? What can we eat that everybody will actually somewhat enjoy, without being, heavy on the carbs, heavy on the fat, just decent food. So yeah, that was the big sticker for me is.
And then I don't know, I may be wrong, but the one thing I'd love to hear, because I think it's so important because it's just so fun. I can't remember if we talked about it at the beginning or not, but like that. All right, so 11 months ago, pushing 12, you had a sugar level 400. You had an A1C over 15. For anyone that knows what that means, it's bad.
Bad.
It's off the chart.
You're losing your eyesight.
You're probably losing a toe eventually.
Yeah, like you're on track to lose a foot. Like you're in some deep water. And then you're like, all right, I'm going to learn how to figure out to live a healthy lifestyle. 11 months later, where are you at? Like, how is that all to you now?
It's I just had it checked and it is 5.4,
which is fantastic.
Which is good. It's in healthy range for a non-diabetic.
Yep.
And that's after being off of the metformin since June 9th.
Okay. Sick. So you're off metformin, you're just
done.
And then how much weight have you lost?
190 pounds.
Yeah, baby.
190 pounds in 11 months.
Yeah.
No crazy fad diets. Obviously relatively low carb, but nothing crazy. I love it.
Dude,
And
that's crazy. That's
I know. It's in.
I know. I know.
No.
I know. Don't you
know.
know? Don't you know?
Don't you know, dear?
Listen, man, I'm from New York. They make fun of my accent, which is the proper way of speaking. If you're from, they make fun of me all the time. So, don't you know? We were gonna get at you.
Dear.
So yeah, it's fucking nuts. And I'm not killing myself in the gym or in my work. It's like the longest I'll do an hour on the elliptical.
But you don't need to kill yourself. That's like what
Right,
everyone needs to
right.
realize. Like you don't
Again,
need to kill
like
yourself.
sustainability. Like, am I
Yeah.
gonna do this 20 years from? Am I gonna like spend 3 hours in the gym 20 years from now?
I
Probably.
mean, you'll be pretty old in 20 years, but
Thank you. Fuck
Yeah.
you. In fact, I could because
That
I'll be
was-
close to retirement age.
That was literally the perfect setup right there.
I don't know. Will you? I don't know. You might be in a home by then. Who fucking knows? Let me talk to your oldest daughter. Let me hear her plans.
Your oldest girl will be 35, so she's probably gonna be like, or no, wait, yeah, 35. So she's gonna be like, yeah, Dad, you gotta go to home.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Don't you know it's time to go?
Don't you know, dear Dad?
Why don't you
It's
go
time-
lay down now? You're tired. Take a rest.
The sun's
Yeah.
getting low, big guy.
Nice. So yeah, and yeah, 190 pounds in 11 months, and I don't fucking know. I don't know why.
What
I
is?
re- I
I want
really
to know what
don't.
the reaction is of your family, because like you have daughters. So like, what was the reaction from like your oldest and your middle daughter?
They don't say anything.
No?
No. Well, I mean, it's been gradual-ish.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
when you're in it, you don't see it the same way.
Yeah, and it's not like, I mean, I'm not, aside from just saying, hey, I'm gonna work out, I'm not like overly rambunctious, like this is what I'm doing, look at what I,
No, of course, yeah.
So and the twins, they don't give a shit.
Oh.
Dad can get down on the floor and play with us without having to like spend 5 minutes getting up off the floor, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, Dad,
Um,
it hurts to jump on you now because you're not so flabby.
Yes, and it hurts when they do. They're not as bouncy as they used to be.
You used to be a lot more fun to ride.
Well, squishier, not so much. So yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
but it's yeah, it's just kind of weird. It's weird, and it feels like it's been a long time, but it really hasn't.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain it. I know like a few people have hit me up and like, how have you done it? What have you done? You know, you lost that much in such short amount of time. What'd you do? Even the people that I work with, they're like, so do you just stop eating? I'm like,
Yep, that's what I did. I just
Yep.
stopped eating.
You stopped eating for 2 years. Nothing.
Yep.
I stopped eating shit and I got off my ass.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
It's crazy how that works.
I
Right.
thought it would. No, you got to know your.
Oh, here comes the list. The pretentious
lectins,
list.
man.
I've been waiting for this. Go.
It's the lectins in certain types of vegetables, and then it's the meat, man. The meat makes you fat and it hurts your heart. Like it's meat's bad. Lectin. Most vegetables want to kill you.
Yeah.
Most meat wants to kill you.
You should just have your air medium rare. You know,
should-
Just medium
yeah,
rare.
yeah.
If I stopped eating meat, my dad would come back from the dead and take me out. He was a
Wait,
butcher.
hold on.
Right.
Excuse me. If you watch the show What the Health, they literally say meat is the reason for diabetes. It's
Not candy
hysterical.
bars. and
Not
fast
candy
food.
bars.
Good grief.
and sugary beverages.
Anybody
But
get-
meat, don't you know?
Don't you know, there?
Just put your little more
Not
in
the
it.
hot casseroles apparently they're serving down at the diner.
Hot dish. It's hot dish.
Hot-
If you're
hot
gonna
dish.
make fun of us, at least make fun of us
Right.
correctly.
Hot dish.
And for the record,
Is there a
I'm putting
cold
this
dish?
out I'm putting this out for the university here. It's duck, gray duck. It's not duck, goose.
What?
It's duck, gray duck.
No way.
What?
You guys don't do that.
No, you
Gray
don't.
duck.
No, you
Duck,
don't.
gray duck.
No, you don't.
Why?
Look it up.
Are you serious?
serious?
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna.
You look it up.
Search right
All
now.
right, but because I have a question.
Yeah.
In this 11 months, any
Mhm.
celebration meals, any cheat meals, anything? anything like that, or you've been literally almost perfect for
Holy
11
shit, this
months?
is a thing.
I told
This
you,
is
man.
really a thing.
So,
Oh, because
this
you guys
is
have a
gonna sound-
Gray Duck Tavern? Is that what that's about?
Oh yeah, we got Grey Duck vodka. We market that shit. It's Duck Duck Grey Duck.
What the fuck? This is crazy.
So, this is gonna sound like a real bullshit answer, David. Yes and no, because if I end up having pizza, like just legit pizza, it's
Mhm.
just a meal.
Yeah, you just time
Oh,
it.
yeah.
No, I
Right.
get it.
So I mean,
But you've
it's-
never had like an indulgement in the last 11 months.
I have, because I've lived. I mean, I've had a slice of cake.
Okay.
I'm like the Thanksgiving week. So my twins turned 4. I turned old as shit, and then it was Thanksgiving,
I
right?
got my first Social Security check.
AARP is knocking at my door right now. So I mean, yeah, we had a cake for the twins. We got an ice cream cake for me, and there's some delights at Thanksgiving. But you know what? I didn't eat a piece of cake that big,
Right.
right? So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have those things, and every once in a while, my wife's got some like trail mix with the peanuts and the M&Ms.
Oh
and
yeah,
I will
that
grab
stuff's
it.
dangerous.
It is just a pinch here or there, because again, I'm not going to be completely 100% restrictive.
Mhm.
And then
I don't think you have to be.
no,
No.
I don't think you have to be either.
No.
And
No.
but at least in the long term, I can understand, like when I first started out, it was by the book.
Yep.
It was
Which is how it should be then.
You got to build
Yeah.
momentum.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
levels to it, you know?
because you have to force yourself to create those habits
Right,
then
right.
become
Excuse
the
me.
lifestyle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's where I was. This is how I have to do. If I want to be able to walk 10 years from now,
Mhm.
or just fucking see, like, this is what I got to do. And then those eventually just became habits and became this is just how I am right now.
Well, the big thing too is like I always hammer this because I think it's being results focused. Like I just want the results. And what's important with that is it allows variables to come to light that people, if all they focused on was like, I just have to do keto. Well, why are you doing keto? You're doing keto because you want a result. Well, what is the result you want? And it's like, well, I got to go vegan. Okay, you want to go vegan. Why? What is the result you're looking for? Because then you may find out based upon other variables you don't understand, it may not be the right plan for you. Like
Right.
a great example that hits to home is like Gormy.
Yes.
Like Gormy, based on his brain, based upon his personal experience, he does not cheat. He doesn't do it. I mean, okay, he has like he'll find his like keto indulgences,
Yeah.
but the idea of like eating a piece of cake
Right.
of sugary this, he just doesn't do it because he knows it brings a bad just chemical whatever, and he can't do it. Some people can get away with it.
Right.
Yeah. It's no different than recovering alcoholics,
Yeah.
you know, who like, I cannot have a drink. I cannot have a drink. There are others. I have friends who were hitting the sauce really hard. They can still have a beer or two. They've been able to manage that, right? And it's everybody's different.
Mhm.
Everybody's different in how they can manage and handle those types of things.
Exactly.
And I think it being so individual, I think more people need to be in tune with respecting people's
Yes.
individual tailored lifestyle. Like, yeah, okay, you know, you're keto, but you know, I can only do X, Y, and Z, or I'm low carb, I can only do X, Y, and Z, or whatever the case may be. Like for me, pizza was my security blanket in life. That's just how it was. I love pizza. I could probably go have a slice of pizza right now, but I haven't done it for 5 years because I know that at one point in time, this was my, oh shit, everything sucks in my life. Let me hammer 5 slices of pizza.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need that right now. I don't need that comfort. I don't need pizza to come to the rescue. So like last night I had cauliflower crust, real good food, cauliflower crust. And it's just as good to me now,
Yeah.
like I don't need it. And I don't feel like I'm hiding from anything by having it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just, we need to
No,
respect.
no,
what,
no, no,
no, we don't. Well,
you
fuck
can't
'em
do
all.
this. You can't. No, some nutritionists.
You know what I miss?
Be like,
I miss Atkins. I miss
you know,
Atkins.
and, you know, there's some people out. If you resist any food, it means you have you actually have a disease.
Mhm.
You're mentally incapable. Like, oh my gosh, there's some nutritionists out there that they basically would call that a disease, and I'm like, you're fucking ridiculous.
There's one thing that I've been latching onto lately.
What's that?
It's the intuitive eating.
That's
Okay.
such a made up bullshit term. Sorry, guys.
I gotta know. What's your thoughts?
Like sometimes, like
Yes. You just want
listen
to
to your body.
You just want to have a Snickers.
Listen to your
Right.
body, man.
That's the promo for this video. If this doesn't come up as the teaser, I'm done. I'll never make another podcast ever again.
No,
Wow, that
have
was
you know.
great.
I literally had this conversation with my. So I'm in Florida with my best friend from high school, Phil, and his fiance, and for example, I had this triple stack of pancakes with all the fixings. And sucker
beautiful.
was like, oh my gosh, it was like this, and I joked and I was like, all right, 3 more, and they were like, could you do it? I'm like, yes. There's I could probably honestly no, I won't do it. I'm good, but this is the whole thing with intuitive eating. I could always eat if I wanted to. This idea that I'm just I could literally always eat if I so desired.
Me too.
Well, if you feel like eating, I feel like
eating right now. I feel like it. What do you mean?
So I will have you know, David, this is the first time I've had a Snickers in almost a year.
Really?
Did you really wait to this moment to do that?
This is how committed to this fucking bit that I was.
This is so fucking great. I had
How
no
did it
idea that
taste?
was coming.
How did it? Was good. Really
It was
good.
really
actually.
good. Yeah,
See, it would have been really good if it was a Reese's peanut butter cup. Perfect.
Oh.
No, that was perfect.
That was fantastic.
That was so good. Did you know that was gonna happen?
No, I had no idea that was coming.
That was so good.
You know what's gonna happen, John? He's actually going to edit this podcast and he's gonna cut that part out.
I'm cutting it out. Shots fired.
I'd be
Just
so
for
mad.
that. It's gone.
I'd be so pissed.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Dude,
That's
that was
phenomenal. So
that
you
setup
planned
and
that going
delivery
into
was
it.
perfect.
Oh, totally, dude. I bought the thing last night.
Totally,
Dude,
Darrow.
I've never. Fuck you.
And even is it the one that says satisfying on it? Because
It
they
is.
also did. Yeah, that's so fucking great.
Yes. Yeah. So I am probably not gonna finish this, but what I'll probably do is just when the twins are taking a bath, throw it in the tub and just wait for my wife to scream.
Snickers in the toilet.
Oh, intuitive.
That's fun. That made
the whole
this.
podcast.
Oh my gosh. That is
Wow.
funny.
All right. So before we wind things down, and before I get to my questions, I want to know what is the next 11 months look like for Jayson?
It's probably just doing more weight training. I've been riding the cardio thing all the way up until middle of November.
Right.
And I've been doing a little more weight training, so probably more so that. And then I don't know where else. Do
you want to be a buff daddy? Is that what it is? You want to be?
No. I mean,
live a healthy, sustaining life, and
yeah. It's I don't need to. I don't feel compelled to just live.
You don't want to be in a pink man thong on stage.
yeah, I was gonna say you're not gonna compete or anything.
No.
No.
Hold on. I'm not saying I don't.
I don't.
Still be in a pink man thong on stage somewhere.
Doing something.
Something. Doesn't have to be competing in a physique contest.
Bodybuilding and physique are different.
Totally. No, I don't know, and that's why. I mean, I'm getting kind of geeky in that. My entire life has been in software development. I purposely chose refactoring as the first part of my Instagram tag, because refactoring, it's not about twins. It's not about like completely trashing everything and starting new.
Right.
It's, you realize that there's things that you like about the system, but there's things that are wrong. There's bugs there. There's issues. There's a bug in the code. It's fixing that. So that's kind of what I'm doing. That's my jam. Is I like me. I think I'm funny as shit.
I love you. I think you're funny
I
as
love you
hell.
too.
Yeah. Major heart.
But so I mean, it's not a new me. It's not a new me. It's still me.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just I'm fixing some of the bad code, and that's what I'm doing. So I mean, who knows? I don't know what else I'll do, but
Well, that's the whole thing too. Is I think a danger some people in the weight loss community get into, especially if you allowed social media to be a part of the transformation, is now they feel the need to be
Right.
the face.
Yes.
And like they feel like if they don't become this next level of motivation and the step forward, that
then they failed themselves.
They failed. It's like no. Like weight loss is not who you are.
Right.
Like it's a piece of you. Like obviously, just like going to college is a piece of you.
And now another piece of that is and I've noticed this a lot. A lot of people feel like once, you know, they've done that for themselves, they've lost all this weight, and they try to start that Instagram following. If that following doesn't come through, they feel like they failed themselves, and then 9 times out of 10 they'll actually revert and go back to, you know, their old habits, because they're no one's there to go,
yep,
how did you do it?
It's external versus internal motivation. Right. And if what you're doing is external, that's why even weight loss pages are so dangerous to me. Because if you're doing it, if you need the external validation from others to do the right things, you're in a very dangerous place.
Oh yeah.
You're in it's like it can
Which
be
is
like
a big reason why Instagram changes terms and conditions. So like if you look up the word skinny in your search bar, you'll get a message from Facebook from Instagram asking you if you're okay, and directing you to hotlines you can call and whatnot. So like people in this realm, when they post now, they have to be careful of the verbiage they use, because if you're an individual who's trying to help people and change their lives and transform, if you just put the word skinny, if you literally put a comment like, oh, I think of myself as skinny, flagged. Everything's flagged now. Like,
really?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a big like no. So
I know.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel like once they lose the weight, they have to take it to a next level, whether it be weight loss influencer, bodybuilder, you know, pushing sups, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, maybe I'll do all of those.
I mean, you should. I could really put you on if you want to start selling some supplements.
Yeah, if you want to get steroids,
going.
I got you.
If you want a couple
connects.
promo codes, if you want some promo codes, we'll get you a promo code. You know?
Okay. Yeah. No. Totally. I'll DM you for
definitely DM me. Yeah,
and we're gonna make your promo code ginger beard too old to type.
Yeah.
10.
What is it? What are they called? Hot dishes.
Hot dishes.
Hot dish.
Promo code hot dish for 25% off. Yeah. Guys, this has been a very, very great podcast. I'm really glad that Jay, you know, took some time out today to join us. Before we end this, you know what time it is. Jay, are you ready for the questions? I feel like he's
yes.
Yeah, he's prepped for these. I know he is. All right, Jay, if you can go back in time and talk to who do I want you to talk to? I guess college Jay. Let's talk to college Jay. If you go back in time and talk to the freshman 15 Jay, what would you tell him? Don't you know?
Don't you know? I would tell him not the damn thing.
Yeah.
Not a damn thing, honestly. I know it's kind of lame, but I thoroughly believe everything happens for a reason. And they're like, where I'm at now is through a series of small decisions. Nothing is trivial. And I've enjoyed it. You know, yes, I've been fat most of my life. But there's still been a lot of good things. If I were to change that, like, I don't know what would happen. I know for a fact that I would not appreciate everything that I've done,
Yes.
as much as I do now, I would not have met all these fabulous people in David if I had not.
I would like to put it out there that he said fabulous people and David, because I'm
It was
special.
subtle. It was subtle. No, I mean, honestly, like
Whatever. I don't care.
Crazy that I made so many like friends with people that I've never met, and I
You
feel
lost a
really,
friend
really,
just now, but
yeah, I know. and a lot of these people that I've never met, but I feel incredibly close to, and I consider them family. I never would have met you guys. I never would have been here talking. So, and I consider all of that honestly just an absolute blessing. And if I wouldn't have gotten up to 400 plus pounds, none of it would have happened. So, not a damn thing.
So, my next set of questions, I actually want to tweak them a little bit. I know in the beginning of this podcast, we kind of illustrated the fact that your twins were kind of your why. Well, your girls in general were kind of your why, but your twins were kind of really your why. So instead of giving us 3 solid pieces of advice for the people listening at home, why don't you give us 3 solid pieces of advice that you would give your daughters going forward? They absolutely don't have to be about weight loss.
Yeah. Wow. You're gonna get me to where you were before you came on here. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't be. It's gonna happen a lot, and they're probably full of shit. So if it's something that you believe in, and it's something that you feel strongly for, and you're gonna commit to it, then do it. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. Have some heart in it, and own it. So that's 1. 2, always say your prayers and take your vitamins.
There you go, brother.
No, it's
yes, Dad.
Set goals, whatever they may be. As long as they're legitimate and they're heartfelt and they're achievable but stretch. But at the same time, don't be afraid to change them, because a goal that you set that may make sense at the time, as you move along, things may change where that goal doesn't make sense anymore, or it's not as important.
Right.
But you got to have the courage to say, that's not important to me anymore. That's not a goal. That's not something that I am going to strive and fight and kick for. Be okay with changing it. The third, was that 2?
That was 2.
Be a good human. If at the end of this, when I'm, in 15 years when I'm 80, my whole goal, and I've told this to my wife, like, I just want our children to be decent human beings, like to be kind, to be considerate,
right,
to be compassionate to others, and not be an asshole, and because you can say, you can write, you can film, you can do all sorts of different things where people can remember you for what you've written down, what you've said, but for people to remember you because of how you made them feel, that's more meaningful, as opposed to remembering somebody for a thing.
Right.
But to be able to remember somebody because they made you feel important, they made you feel wanted, as opposed to just somebody that's not worth their time. So yeah, just be a good, decent human being.
I love that, man. I think
that sounds like a very Minnesotan thing to say there. Something you don't hear in New York too much.
Yeah, no, fuck everybody. All right, well, That was yeah,
That was solid.
that was a solid podcast. I mean, I really, again, I thank you for, taking out time.
We laughed, we cried,
We cried,
we talked shit to Jayson.
Yeah, and I'm really
Jason
glad
ate
that
a
we got
Snickers
to
bar,
do this before.
talking about health.
I'm glad we got to do this before, your kids put you in a home, because, that would have been a little bit harder.
A few short years away.
It's really right around the corner. Jay, where can people find you on Instagram?
On Instagram, old ginger in a fucking nursing home. Yeah, it's refactoring.jayson, Jayson.
And actually, we started a new system that I freaking love. His before and after is going to be right
Somewhere.
near.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna laugh, but it's not on that side. But
right there.
right over there. Gonna be over there.
Pretty sure it's right there.
Yeah.
There.
But refactoring.jayson. I'm gonna one day. So Jay Reed, my boy Joel, who's been on this podcast before, his Instagram name is the real Jay Reed. So now I'm wondering who the real Jay Reed is now. I've spoke to 2 Jay Reeds.
Jay Reed.
Well, yeah, but he spells his name wrong.
Oh, there we go. The challenge.
Yeah,
is
he's
out.
REED, right? Isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like
read a book. Yeah. Don't you know?
All
right, guys. Thank you very much for being a part of this today. Please like, share, subscribe. Do what you got to do with this video. Send it to someone who you think will really enjoy it and take something from it. If you would like to be part of the ALG community call, which you could find all 3 of us on, you could feel free to DM any one of us, and we'll give you the code. It's absolutely free every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. As always, I'm John Arpino, otherwise known as J. Arb's Journey. That man to the left of me could be on the right when the video comes out. Who knows? That is Fit D-Rock, David Roden.
Yeet.
From all of us here, have a wonderful day. Stay accountable, stay sexy, and keep doing the damn thing. We love you.
Love you.